Alright, so this project started in February 2024. It's county property. Got some native wildflower, some coneflower, a whole bunch of knotweed. Trying the coneflower to hold it back. This is river birch in there. A whole bunch of river birch, 50. There's a whole bunch of wildflower all underneath of a mess of this climbing vine stuff. You need to identify what it is. But I should do that. The township, that's a second dumpster. Excel Events purchased 130 trees, blueberry, so those are low bush blueberry. There's persimmon trees, and there is sweet bay magnolia, and 50 river birch, and like 8 American sycamore. Blueberries. Persimmon tree will get to be as tall as an oak tree. It's native, smaller fruit. Takes 7 years to produce, I think, 5 to 7 years. This whole grove is river birch, white bark, and it will, within 5 years, it'll be 20 foot tall, and the leaves will be touching between. So all of this was cleared by Bristol Township, and this is county land. About 5 acres to start. These were all trees underneath the. It's interesting. The property is like underneath the ground. There is a whole bunch of interwoven native blackberry. There's like myelin in it. But the interesting thing is the native blackberry is like weaved underneath and in between all of these climbing vines underneath the ground, which I'm just gonna try to manually pull it for a while and get the native growth to come up and see if it does anything. And then I might come back and ask for help with a rototiller to see if that gets rid of the vines. But this is more river birch over here. There's an interesting little groundhog chilling. Hey buddy, what's going on? It's a nice spot, huh? There's gonna be persimmons over here, and this is this persimmon. It's gonna be, we could plant more trees over here. Gonna be a little grove. The high school wanted to put a picnic bench and like a outdoor classroom out here. More like sweet bay magnolia. This whole left side is river birch and blueberry, and the right side is sweet bay magnolia or persimmon, and that's supposed to like be mimicking, like that is native cattails there, and then there's power lines underneath this wetland That's like Phragmite out in the middle, and then there's a ghost forest on the other side. But after this was cleared, aerated, put down some mixture of warm weather native meadow grass and like 35-40 different kinds of wildflower that should come up all different seasons and stuff. But I guess that's gonna come up later. Then put hay down for erosion control, and there's wildflower coming up. Just I don't see any other than like the plugs or what you just saw in the beginning of this video. But there's gonna be more blackberry here than ever, and more river birch. This whole thing was all Milam in it, and now it's all the climbing vines. So, and I'm talking about Milam in it. This is Milam in it. Got thorns, triangular type shaped leaves. This stuff grows a lot. To remove it, you can manually, you get down by the root, pull gingerly, get the root out, and that's how you remove Milam in it. And each little section can spread, and then it'll be like a whole bunch of these like blueberries. The way you get invasives out is get rid of them before they berry, and you're good. So either like weed whack it before they berry, or so that was the trail through the middle of this. Then there's existing trail back here, goes back through there, which is the stormwater system, the sewer, and more Sweet Bay magnolia. This is just a mess of climbing vines and stuff over top of stuff. That's what we're trying to remediate. And so that's the 130 trees that I got with my nonprofit, which they started in and this whole front field is from PA Game Commission Seedlings for schools. The pink stuff is still me, but the green is from them. It's all white spruce. There's 400 out here across from Truman High School. The high school just mowed for graduation. It goes all the way down there. .400 white spruce with some other biodiversity in there. There's like maples and persimmons and stuff in the middle. And there's like 9-bark shrubs and silky dogwood and stuff in the front. And I'm gonna keep like a trail. All this is along this wood line. There's gonna be a whole bunch of shrubs. Still have like 300 shrubs in my living room that were supposed to be planted last month, but doing my best. There's 1,000 things, 1,000 trees and shrubs, and it's the most I did in the season. And I was constrained to have to do it with students. I like the experience, but if I'm not constrained with having to do it with students, then it makes it easier because I can get other volunteers. Rain barrels, some cages with American sycamores, and then this is 9-bark and silky dogwood along the edge here, which will beat back the invasive growth. Create a native buffer. These will basically be feeders for the deer until I get cages to. That's part of the what you do when you plant native shrubs is you try to silky dogwood. You try to put it in a cage so that it flowers and produces berries, because the when it's like this, the deer just come up and constantly just eat it, and it never produces the berries. But so that is the walk, and that's filled with invasive growth, and so it's not done, but all the trees are in for this season, and now it's water and beat back the weeds. But there is a lot of milkweed all throughout here, so there are going to be insects out the wazoo, because this whole field is filled with this stuff, and also blackberry. So that's the project.